Hello and welcome to the talk show Amader Sthaniyo Sorkar. I am Jamil Ahmed, your host. Amader Sthaniyo Sorkar, our local government, showcases and highlights local government good practices in Bangladesh and discusses ways to further strengthen local government bodies in Bangladesh. The talk show is brought to you by the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation, SDC, Boishakhi TV, and Radio ABC. The guests present in today's episode are Mr. Muhibur Rahman, Chairman, Bishwanath Upazila, and also Secretary of Bangladesh Upazila Chairman and Vice Chairman Forum, Professor Akhtar Hossain, Public Administration in Dhaka University, and Professor Tufail Ahmed, an eminent expert on local government. Today's episode focuses on the political economies of local government. Mr. Muhibur Rahman feels that the structure and functions of local government that deals with 85% of the total population of the country have been made very weak. In his view, the local government is hugely influenced by the central government and its bureaucrats. Particularly, he mentions about Upazila Porishad, where both members of parliament, MP, elected from the constituency and executive officers of the government are rather influencing the major decisions regarding the Porishad while bypassing the elected Upazila chairman. This leads to an obvious upset in the power equation within a local government institution. Mr. Rahman believes that the role of MPs and the executive officers should be reduced in the Upazila committees, and Upazila chairman as the elected representatives should play the leadership role here. In this regard, he addresses the existing loopholes in the local government laws and recommends much needed reforms. Particularly, he emphasizes on proper empowerment of Upazila chairman to distribute allocations independently for local development programs. Professor Akhtar Hossain considers that the political economies of local government has a direct relationship with the decentralization process of power from central government's end. He looks back into the national history of Bangladesh, recalls the accounts of 1980s when local government was completely under the bureaucratic control so that the state power of the central government could prevail without any interruption. This tendency to control the local government, as he witnesses, is still present today. He also explains the existing conflict between the elected members of the parliament and local government representatives. At local level, public service deliveries are generally carried out by local government bodies. According to Professor Akhtar, elected members of the parliament are often reluctant to share the due credit of service delivery at local level with the local government bodies and try to influence or control the works of the local government bodies. Professor Hossain fears that the MPs as the advisors in Upazila Porishad are given excessive power to influence the committee. Secondly, he thinks that the status quo between Upazila chairman and executive officer UNO can be resolved by creating a separate cadre service that will be accountable to the local representatives. According to Professor Hossain, the central government has the prime responsibility to bring necessary changes in local government structure through the parliament. Professor Tufail Ahmed identifies the conflict rooted in the distribution process of state budget allocation for local government. Traditionally, the allocation is distributed through institutions in different tiers in local government as well as by the executive officers in government agencies working locally. Only 2% of the budget is transferred to the local government institutions, while 98% is distributed through various departments of the government. However, there has been an opportunity for coordination between these two parties. But problem arises when the members of parliament intervenes into this binary activity as an informal gatekeeper. He thinks that the ministries are not willing to utilize and let local government function as an institution benefiting all stakeholders. He said that any government circular sent from the ministry concerned to a government officer carries a written instruction to integrate the MP of the local constituency into the process. The MPs as legislators have the power and can easily influence the government executive officers in distribution of allocated budget. This, in reality, creates obstacles for the local government bodies to function freely and independently. To overcome this situation, Professor Ahmed recommends that the total budget allocated to the local government should be transferred directly and local government bodies should be empowered to distribute it independently. While to ensure accountability, the central government should monitor the whole process. He also stressed on the free flow of information in order to create awareness amongst the members of local government.
দর্শক শ্রোতা, আপনাদেরকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি এতক্ষণ আলোচনায় আমাদের সঙ্গে থাকার জন্য। আমরা আপনাদের কাছ থেকে মতামত আশা করছি এই বিষয়টি সম্পর্কে, এবং আপনারা আমাদের কাছে বিভিন্নভাবে পৌঁছাতে পারেন। আমাদের কাছে চিঠি লিখতে পারেন। চিঠি লেখার ঠিকানাটি হচ্ছে প্রযোজক আমাদের স্থানীয় সরকার, বৈশাখী টেলিভিশন, 32 মহাখালী, ঢাকা 1212। এছাড়া আমাদেরকে ইমেইল করতে পারেন। ইমেইল করার ঠিকানাটি হচ্ছে assorkar@boishakhi.tv। সুপ্রিয় দর্শক শ্রোতা, আমাদের অনুষ্ঠানগুলো একটি ওয়েবসাইটেও লগ ইন করে দেখা যেতে পারে এবং শোনা যেতে পারে। ওয়েবসাইটের ঠিকানা হচ্ছে www.amadersthaniyosorkar.com। আমরা আশা করব আপনারা যে কোনো মাধ্যমে আমাদের কাছে পৌঁছাবেন এবং আপনাদের মতামত জানাবেন। এতক্ষণ আলোচনায় থাকার জন্য আপনাদেরকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি। প্রত্যেককে শুভেচ্ছা।